was one of the biggest moments the WNBA has ever seen. Looking forward into the future, what would you like to see happen as you come to a negotiation?
Well, honestly, I don't think it's just a big moment for the WNBA. I think all of women's sports, I think this is one of the biggest moments we've ever had. So
You click for Caitlin Clark and the NBA on NBC. Yes, we're going there. She's the headline, the ratings magnet, and suddenly the lightning rod. Why is a rookie at the center of a billion-dollar TV era while locker rooms feel colder than ever? Today, we connect the broadcast spotlight to the bruises, the highlights to the hard fouls. Stay with me. We're breaking down how Clark's rise reshapes the money, the minutes, and the mood around the league, and why veterans are pushing back right as the cameras scale up. So why hand the keys to a rookie? Because NBC isn't just airing basketball again. They're relaunching a product line, and they need a front door that casual fans instantly recognize. Clark is that door. NBC's weekend windows thrive on a single, repeatable hook. You'll see her face in the Sunday showcase teases, then again in the studio open, then again in the halftime bump as they send you to a post-game interview or a streaming exclusive. It's one thread that runs through the whole weekend, and yes, it's deliberate. NBC's return comes with cross-promotion muscle they haven't aimed at hoops in years. Studio hits on the morning shows, halftime mentions during other live events, digital shorts seeded on Peacock and YouTube, then repackaged for TikTok, lower third promos during NHL or Premier League action, pointing viewers to a women's hoops window with Clark headlining. That's not random hype. That's a synchronized schedule where every platform points to the same face at the same time. Now here's the rub. Veterans have stacked all-star nods and playoff miles without this wattage. The spend is tilting toward the new kid, and that stings. Is it fair? Some will say no. Is it smart business? Networks pay for tune-in, not tenure. When a rookie moves needles in real time, on TV, on clips, in searches, the ad team responds. That's the economy of modern sports media. Let's talk numbers. Rights packages at this tier run into the billions across partners, and NBC's slice sits in that range. On the ad side, premium live sports CPMs climb, especially in tentpole windows, and women's hoops anchored by Clark has outkicked early forecasts on multiple nights. When she headlines, out-of-demo sampling jumps, which bumps total impressions and makes those CPMs more defensible. That unlocks more make-goods, more scatter-buys, and more willingness to place women's basketball promos in prime male-skewing slots. So the mini payoff here is simple. NBC's move isn't sentimental. It's math. Clark spikes ratings today. That makes her the on-air anchor of the relaunch, the constant in the promos, the weekend face. But if money crowns the face, the court decides how that crown feels the second the ball goes up and the other bench decides they don't like the script. It started with a run that flipped the gym. Down 5 to the Mercury, Clark drilled a deep 3 off a drag screen, then snagged a long rebound and fired a hit ahead to a streaking wing for a layup. Next trip, same action, but she snaked it, drew 2, and threw a skip to the corner for another 3. In about 90 seconds the cameras leaned in, mics picked up the buzz, and every lens found her. She pushed pace off makes, 2, grab, glance, darting outlet before the defense could set. That's when the chatter on the bench spiked and the tone changed. The response came fast and physical. On an off-ball cut, she took a forearm chuck just inside the lane line. Nothing wild, but enough to stall the route and reset the count. A possession later, the big at the nail planted a hard screen that arrived a beat late, shoulder high, sent her backward and drew that sharp inhale from the crowd. On the next inbounds, she tried to split to the strong side and got a hip check that redirected her into traffic. The message wasn't subtle, earn your room. She still popped free for a pull-up from the logo, and that's where the stare-down lived, defender backpedaling. Clark holding the follow-through an extra half-second, eye contact, then a quick nod as she got back. On a drive near the restricted arc, the help didn't come early, it came heavy. Vertical hands at first, then body-to-body as the second defender raked down at the ball. No whistle, play on, loose ball scrum, tie up. The crowd loved the chaos. The vets loved the tone. You saw it with the Sky, too. After 2 hit-ahead dimes off rebounds, Chicago started face-guarding her in the backcourt, turning her catch into a wrestling match. On a simple zipper cut, the bump arrived before the catch, and the next time she tried to curl, the hedge stepped out with a shoulder that said stop right there. Even on dead balls, the hand fighting escalated. Grips on the jersey hem, nudges at the hip, small things that add up. There's pride baked into all of this. Veterans have carried long winters without a spotlight, logged minutes on back-to-backs in empty buildings, and they keep a ledger. The unwritten rule is clear. Rookies don't get space. They take it. Clark style, quick triggers, hit-aheads, deep range, accelerates possessions, and shines a light on defenders who are a step late, which only hardens the defense. Look at the usage patterns. Her touches climb late in tight games, and the ball finds her hands early in the clock after stops. Against top perimeter stoppers on the Mercury and Sky, you can feel the foul math tilt. More hand checks allowed at the point of attack, more contact on the gather, fewer soft whistles in those matchups. When the defender has length and foot speed, the on-ball window narrows, which forces Clark to extend dribbles and invites help that plays through her chest. Coaches answer with tweaks. More ghost screens to shake the face guard. More pitch-ahead entries to bypass denial. Staggered actions that force switches so she can hunt a slower foot. Refs enter with reminders about freedom of movement, then let the line drift as the game hardens. Afterward, vets keep it short about making it tough, and the clip packages on the national shows do the rest, looping the threes and the bumps back-to-back until a regular foul looks like a feud. That loop matters. The spikes in production trigger added attention. The added attention raises contact, and the contact creates the next round of viral moments. As the court heat rises, the real friction shows in who gets the crunch time touches, who grabs the ad reads, and who sits while the network era rewrites the pecking order. The NBC money speeds everything up. More windows, bigger promos, louder clips. But it also piles the weight onto one rookie's shoulders. When the face of the rollout takes every hit, on air and on court, vets push back harder, and you feel that in minutes, touches, and who gets the mic after the horn. That pressure cooks fast. So where do you land? Earn spotlight or rush coronation? Drop it in the comments, and tell me which matchup you want next on the whiteboard. Because if the cameras keep multiplying, the stakes do too. Does that make the game cleaner with tighter whistles, or meaner with every drive?